What are you working on tomorrow?
So tomorrow I will continue writing just test cases. Otherwise, you can assign me some other task.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Amit.
You finished all the N+1s?
Yes, 3 and plus 1 I am working today. So I will create pull request for JD.
Okay.
You'll do that pull request today, right, Amit?
Yes, today.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Good. Jerry, let's get your update.
Yeah. Cool. Let me show you a couple things. Get my screen ready to share. All right, let's share this. Cool. So let's put this in here. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So for the Biz Portal, Todd had a recommendation. Hey, we need to add the address. So we have the address being displayed under the header now.
Oh, good.
So you can see it's Howe Avenue,
Yeah.
business that you can see that. We also got the DNS records updated. Thanks to Ian, he was able to update some of the DNS records for the new domain. We got that ironed out. Looks like it's verified in OneSignal. So I transferred all the emails to be sending from the new Sircles app, partners@circlesapp.com domain.
Excellent.
What I've been working on in the afternoon and into this morning, I'm just going to continue kind of working on this, is here is the new dashboard for pending businesses. So what you can see, is Chantel in here? Okay, cool, I see her. Here's the new portal for verifying and approving businesses. I can add more data in here, but whenever you load the page by default, this is in QA, so you're going to see some weird stuff in here. But here you can just see the statuses, and by default, you're only going to see the pending. I know the old portal only showed everything, but now you'll only see pending. And if you want to go back to approved, or if you want to go back to rejected, you can see that as well.
That's approved. Sexy. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, that is extremely helpful, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I am so excited. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Glad to hear. So we got this, and what I'm working on after I get this page looking right, it's still showing the UTC dates. I need to change this to the proper local time zone dates. And we're going to have, these guys are going to be triggering an email. Chantel, I think we might need to are we going to send an email if their business gets denied?
I don't have one in place, but I can get one. In the case that it's denied, I feel like it might need to be a one-on-one thing so that we can announce like why they got denied.
I see. So we're going to need like a reason?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if I signed up for something and I got denied, I'd want to know why, right?
That makes sense. Yeah, good call, Chantel.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, something like we couldn't verify something.
Yeah,
or we need some additional piece of information to verify.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. I'll add a requirement to put a text box in there with the reason. And when you draft the email, let's put a like a placeholder for the reason, and then I populate it with that text.
Okay.
Okay.
I like the approach of we couldn't verify because this, not that we denied you because.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Take example. We couldn't verify because, and then have a reason or reasons. Okay. Very good. This is looking good. Jerry, go back though. I want to see the screen where you manage it. Yeah, this one. What happens if you get a keyboard up here? What happens in that case?
That is in QA. We can test what it's like in the QA version of the app.
Okay. Is there does the window scroll enough to where, it's not hit? Yeah, it might not be scrolling up high enough. One of those.
Well, this guy is at the very top. So it's at the top, and then as you search, it's an autocomplete. So the results are going to be at the top.
That's true. The results are at the top. That's very helpful. Yeah. Okay. Good point. Okay. We'll play with it with a device and a keyboard just because that always ends up being our Achilles heel. But yeah, just make sure nothing gets blocked or anything. It's all pretty user friendly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll test this in a QA build. Do we have a new QA build coming soon?
We had one last night. Yeah, it's out right now.
Okay, cool. Ismail, does this include the PR for the background fetch?
Yeah, if you had them merged then before
Okay, yeah.
night, you should be there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I should have background fetch, and I'll also have the tokenization for the web views. Now, the tokenization of the web views, it's just another authentication measure, which isn't really enforced in place, but it's something that we've been long needing to do. I don't know if I explained that. Like our previous web views, you could access it for any user. Like you couldn't see any information. The only thing you could probably do is like the reward store. But then like if somebody went on like let's say Tori's level 8 right now, if somebody were to reverse engineer the reward store, sign in as Tori, and try to claim something for her. Well, I mean, first of all, we'll know it's Tori and we'll ask her about it. But you'll see if Tori redeems something, and let's say the address is to somebody totally different, that'll come up as a red flag. So it wasn't like a huge security flaw, but now we're just going to have an extra level of authentication that when you access the reward store or anything, you're going to be authenticated with the Firebase token that we are generating in the app now, rather than just your plain encoded user key. And that'll be part of the QA build. Like I said, it's not a you won't notice a difference, but it'll be a more secure implementation.
Okay, I see. Okay. Very good. What else?
Yeah, just gonna finish this up. Got to add the emails in. This will probably take the rest of the day just because I have like the back end logic for like these emails and stuff to put in. Is there another admin page that we would want on the new portal?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead, Chantel.
Unlisted service.
Unlisted. Okay.
Yes.
I'll work on that next.
That would be fantastic.
Okay.
All right. That's all I got. Thanks, Al.
Okay, great. Thanks, Jerry. All right. Ismail, let's get your update.
Yeah, yesterday, so I was working on that build that we have 2.2.02. Got most of my code in. I also got that white screen fixed for searching a place or entertainment, I think it was. Now, after I pushed it, I did notice a few things. We're working on a real device. One of them was we tried to send a message through the new friend connect flow. When we changed the modal from like emojis to no emojis, if you have the keyboard up, that kind of resetted the ref. So I have a fix for that. I'll push it via OTA soon. And then one other thing that I noticed is that when I'm creating a custom topic and I have a message in there while creating a topic, it puts the message on top of the card. Which doesn't make sense to me. Are you speaking or you just forgot to mute yourself?
I'm going to mute him.
Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure why it's putting the message on top of the card. After I leave the lobby and come back, it's all working properly.
So she's after you hit send, the message comes above the card?
Yeah, instead of under it.
Oh, interesting.
So it's probably a cache problem. I'm just trying to figure out how and why it's doing it. So
There are a couple little cache problems. Did Ian send you one yesterday too?
not directly. I don't know if you
Actually, I think he sent it to Jerry first. I haven't sent it to Jerry. Jerry, do you remember that Ian had a situation? I wasn't sure it was backend, so I wanted him to start with you.
We're talking about that message.
Yeah, it didn't open to the message notification.
Yeah. Let's see. I see his recording, and it looks like Chantel said she did send that as a DM to Ian, but the information looks like it didn't load. So it almost seems like it did not refetch the message list. I don't know if like, is that currently showing in Ian's chat? Or Chantel, is that message showing in your chat with Ian?
Let me double check.
Okay. Yeah, because I have it, there's that message showing from you. Is it almost like, so like that message, I want to read more sci-fi. Was that like a message that you sent to Ian as a DM, or is that like a reaction or something?
I sent a reaction message to a book that he favorited.
From a card?
And then,
You typed it
yeah.
in?
Well, I typed in a different message. I think I asked like how it was or something like that. And then I followed up with that message. That was a follow-up.
So it was a message input field on a card?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. On Discover Feed?
I think I actually went to his profile because I saw it on book check-ins, and I wanted to go to the profile, but you can't do that with the search broken on everything entertainment related. So I went to his profile and did it from there.
Okay. Ismail, did you do an Android build as well yesterday?
I did, but I forgot to push it. I pushed it this morning, so it should be there.
Okay, Chantel, will you get that latest QA build and see if you can recreate that problem? And Todd, will you also there's a QA build which has a lot we need to test. The favorites button should be functioning much better.
Hooray!
Custom topics.
Ooh, hooray!
Yeah, a lot of good stuff in there. Todd dropped, but yeah, let me know if you can recreate that, Chantel. And then Jerry, do you think it's a front end or back end thing? I wanted to let Ismail know.
So is that message showing in the chat thread?
I don't know. I'm in onboarding right now.
Okay.
Is this latest build in prod or dev?
No, it's pointing to dev. So.
Okay, cool. So once I get in, I should.
But the message you had sent to Ian was that was in production, right?
That was in dev.
Oh, really? Because I didn't think Ian was in that environment.
Oh, maybe that's what the whole problem is then.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. That Chantel sent it to Ian. Yeah, Ian's in prod. Then it.
Yeah.
Wait, that would likely be the problem.
But those notifications aren't supposed to cross over.
They do get twisted sometimes, but only if you ever get in the QA app.
Okay, so only like past testers.
Right.
Okay. Well, hopefully that's all it was. Okay. Well, let's get back to Ismail. See if you can recreate it, Chantel, with in a QA environment exclusively.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe there's nothing there, Ismail. Why don't you continue?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I'm just trying to fix that cache problem, and once I have that done, I'll push both fixes. I'll have it as a critical, just so you know you got the update when you're testing. And after that, well, I have a list of things to do. So it's we have the app rating, which we want to try to do via local state.
Yeah.
We have the kill switch to do.
When you say local state, I mean, is that the standard? You're using a library, right?
Yeah. So with app rating, remember how we said we don't want to have an API call when we make 3 signature moves?
Right.
Yeah. So when I say local, I just mean like store it on the phone, like on the device.
The three
actions.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll be counting, and the count value will be stored on the device. When it hits 3, it will show that review modal.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's one thing I need to work on. I have the badges after favorite, which we talked about yesterday.
Cool.
So show the badge after favorite when it gets blocked.
Right.
So I still need that one still kind of need to think of a best way to do it. I have an idea, but
That one's a little tricky, I know.
so I need to kind of test out my theory.
Okay. And then we talked about yesterday about finishing our shortcut onboarding for deep linking when it comes to
There's that too. So yeah.
that one's gonna be fun. We talked about that last week when Amin was off. Do you want to get him involved in any of it?
Yeah, I mean, if he has no tasks, he can take the onboarding one as I do the rating
Okay.
or the badge, whichever one we want first.
Let's do the rating one, and because that one you already have a plan for, right? So yeah, so there's a saying in billiards to shoot your ducks first, like those are your easy shots, and then go for the harder shots. Kind of makes sense. So like, let's take the easy shot, and then do the tougher one. Okay. So what else?
So yeah, I have those pending tasks. And then after that's all done, we can work on the asynchronous upload for a smoother upload experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the async? For the images and videos?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
And one last thing is the toast. After 3 API fails, maybe we want to do something there.
Oh, we still haven't done that one yet, huh?
No, it's been pushing it.
Yeah. Okay.
So that one is, I can also probably do it with the rating, shouldn't be too long. But yeah, so a lot of tasks. I just have to kind of prioritize which one I want to start on first.
Okay, sounds good. Let's finish up the things here and then the ratings one next.
Yeah, I want to finish this OTA. This cache problem is the last piece I needed, and after that, I think we'll have a stable build. Hopefully, we'll see after testing. The problems to be aware of is the send button inside Front Connect will disable on its own. Fix. I'm just waiting to fix the cache so I can push both in one OTA instead of pushing 2 OTAs.
What do you mean it'll disable on its own?
So in Front Connect, when you type a text and then you hide the keyboard. So if you don't hide the keyboard, you're good. But if you hide the keyboard, it'll disable the text, the send button, basically. So it's because of a rough update. Like I said, this is fixed. I just need to push an OTA, but I'm waiting to fix the cache with the positioning of the card of the cache. So I can have both of them in one OTA. I can push one at a time, but I'm just saying it's probably better to push both at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just one thing that I'm already aware of and I fixed.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, Chantal, you had your hand up. What's up?
One is that the white screen issue with all of the entertainment search is gone.
Yeah, that one I fixed.
Yep. I just wanted to update that I'm not having that issue anymore. And 2, I do have that message in dev to Ian. It's in there. Fine.
So you mean you're saying it's looking good? Yeah. No issues. Okay.
Everything is looking good. Okay. Except I just tried the custom topic thing and it didn't go in the right order. And it looks like on the card that emojis don't come through. I just put it in dev picture.
I see a picture. What's wrong here?
So the name of the custom topic is please work with the prayer hands.
Oh, and it doesn't fit?
It just says 01F64F.
Oh, that's Gary, that's the image we're generating on the back end.
Wait, what? What image?
So go to development.
Oh.
Do you see how you know how we generate an image when you create a custom topic if there isn't one?
Yeah, please work. Oh,
Yeah, emoji. Oops.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the card came after what I wrote too.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's the custom image that we're generating. Well, we can either, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to work with that emoji, just because that's the font package I'm using, and because I'm generating it server side, I might be able to just filter out the emojis and just put please work in there.
well, that would be fine, except like, what if someone just used only emojis?
Oof.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. It is putting it down below. Like, if you look at the image, it's still in a footer.
Right, and if it's a totally empty string, we can just give it a generic name like topic or something.
That's true. Well,
It's
yeah,
like-
see what you can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just went back to where that was, and now all messages are gone. There's no card. There's no woo.
And
It's
you went
just an empty.
You went back to where that was? What do you mean?
like lobby and then back, or main chat?
No. Where was I that I just came from? Okay.
Did you leave the chat?
Yeah, I left the chat and I came back and it was gone. Like the message thread. The topic was still there, but the rest was empty.
Conversation's empty.
Yeah, the conversation was empty. See, I'm adding a
It did a weird
Screenshot.
transition for me when I just loaded it, Ismail. Like it was something unusual. Like it loaded, but it was like white first, and then I actually had haptic feedback too, and then it loaded. But
It's white first because it doesn't have that image yet, and I don't have that blur hash. So only after you send will I get that blur hash.
I think it also put the keyboard up too.
Put the keyboard up.
Yeah, it does. It defaults with the keyboard up.
Not sure.
You don't typically do that for navigating to a topic.
This doesn't have anything. This is the same exact logic. There's nothing like.
Check it out. I think you'll see. You need a real device though.
I can do it on my simulator too, and I have it on my real device. Let me see.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sending a
doing it.
message here to see what happens.
It does do it every time.
So maybe because the keyboard was already up.
No, you can put it down and do it. Well, you have to go back to the lobby.
So,
And it'll
so I just did what Chantel did, and the message did not go away. And you're saying if I go to the lobby and back and click on here, the keyboard will be up, which it is.
Mhm.
And if you go to another topic, the keyboard is not up. Okay, I see. That's weird. Yeah, let me see why that's the case.
Okay.
But yeah, the message did not disappear. That's weird.
Can you recreate the steps, Chantel?
Um,
Maybe you have to be the one who makes the
you
custom.
did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me try that.
Jerry, you had your hand up. Did you have a question?
It's not related to this, but I just wanted to bring up the notice for the kill screen that I said in the development chat. So when we do our maintenance windows in the morning, the app can be non-ideal because it's rebuilding like statistics and things like related to user activity. So, I mean, just to say it briefly, experience will suck, but we have that kill screen, and what we have is it's like dynamic, so it's not going to show like you need to update Circles. I can have it display a message saying, "Oh, we're just performing a routine tune-up. Be back in a few," and it's going to have a retry button that refreshes the page until like it doesn't show anymore. I was just wondering if that would be advisable to put in. We can implement it now and put it during our maintenance windows.
Tell me again how that would work.
Okay, so our maintenance windows are daily from 3 a.m. to about 3:05 a.m. Pacific, and weekly every Sunday from 4 a.m. to 4:05.
Okay.
And when we do that, we're rebuilding statistics about the app. We're rebuilding certain tables, and when we're doing that, we're putting a lot of locks on a database to make sure we get the accurate stats. That is going to cause a non-ideal experience for anybody trying to use the app. You will get some timeouts. Some things may seem unresponsive. So one thing I wanted to suggest is in that script for the daily job, when the job begins, we activate a temporary kill screen that says, "Hey, we're doing a routine tune-up. Be back in a few." And at the bottom, it has like a retry button that refreshes. And whenever the job is complete, it will remove the kill screen. So if they hit retry or they reopen the app, it'll just go back to normal.
Okay. And that's going to need a front end change too, right?
No, that's already going to use the infrastructure we have in place for the kill screen.
Okay. I see. Okay. Yeah, then I think that's a good idea. And it's just like that really off peak time, right?
Yeah, and that's a 3 a.m. to 3:05 every day, and then 4 a.m. to 4:05 on Sundays.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool deal.
Okay.
I couldn't recreate it. I tried a few times.
Okay. And basically you created a new custom topic, right?
Yeah, my thing is still not saying what I wrote on that second one that the second one that I did, the new topic with like fingers crossed. I had a message along with it, but that's not showing. The other ones are.
I also didn't get a notification that you created a topic.
Are you in
Actually,
depth?
I'm not in that chat, I don't think. Am I?
It says John. Which
yeah.
John are you?
I am in it, yeah.
John Testone.
Yeah, I'm not getting those notifications. Why not?
Did someone just, Jerry, did you just send like a test email?
Did I? Maybe that's odd. What email?
Because it says new business claimed, get them verified, but it's
That was
missing.
probably me.
Oh, okay, got it.
I claimed another business. So, but
Got
what
it.
are you saying? What's the problem?
There's no name or business.
Oh yeah, I need to
attached to
update
it.
that in the email.
Right.
Too. Right.
Okay. Rage click.
Hey, Amin. Inside in chat tab nav.tsx, if you go to line 165, is draft that we're passing.
Which line? Okay.
That's why we're getting that keyboard focused inside a
Which line?
165.
165.
If you look at is draft. Find it?
Uh, okay, 1 minute. I'm on a different branch. Let me go back to the. Are you talking about the?
Yeah, you can just search for is draft. One word. Inside in chat tab and
Oh,
dev.
okay, the prop. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, so you know how it's true if tap route key and tap route topic key are the same.
Mm-hmm.
So for custom topics, they're always the same. Unless we don't have a. So where does it get? So tap route key, it gets that from. Where does it get that from?
The key, it's get it from the topics. So it's gonna be a profile key or a private events key or a topic key. It depends on
Yeah.
type.
But we don't have a profile key for these custom topics because they're not a profile.
So maybe in the topics, the line for me it's like 333, but like where we construct the topics object,
Mm-hmm.
you will see like a key, the value. Like we do an item that profile key. If it exists, then the key it's profile key. If not, then it's a private events key.
What line is that for you?
346. Maybe it's gonna be
346. Okay, so yeah, the key right there. Yeah. So the only problem with this is that custom topics only has a topic key, right? So it doesn't have a profile key or an event key or a private event key. So that means that condition will always be true.
Yeah, but like, yeah, that's true. But only like, but we need to get the actual topic key after a user hit send. Maybe at that point we update the cache, and this will cause the topics to be updated with the correct topic key, and will result.
Well, this is not a cache problem.
Okay. Like I'm not saying this is cache problem, but maybe you can solve it with cache, you know.
Not sure I follow. So what will you do with cache? Because as soon as you open the chat, it's gonna see so it's gonna be topic or tap route dot key is gonna equal to topic key always because it only has the topic key. So we have to have like that condition would always be true. So what would you do with the cache to fix that?
Why it's always true for custom topic? Because like what you're saying, it can be applied to normal profiles as well.
Well, other profiles in the past before custom topic, so if you look at the logic, first it says, oh, is there a profile key? Use that. And then, oh, is there a private event key? Use that. So in the past, we would for sure have a profile or event key. Like it was never just the topic key by itself. But now with custom topics, that's not the case anymore because it only has a topic key. So line 346 for you, it will always select topic key because it doesn't have a profile key and it doesn't have a private event key. So therefore, is draft will always be true. Therefore, the keyboard would always show.
Then maybe like we have a type there and we say if this is a custom topic, then make it false.
But then if it is a draft, we still do want it to show when we first create it. So, but this key does have to be unique as well. Well, it's never going to be item topic key unless it's a custom topic, right? And we do have index, so maybe we add index to it to make it more unique. You know what I mean? Or maybe we do custom topic key and we add our own, like instead of just being like, it'll be topic key, like either plus index or just topic key plus like, topic key, like we just add a number to it or something, or make it negative or something of that nature. You know what I mean? Where it stays unique, but they're not the same.
I'll have to look into your code again on how you did custom topics, so I can.
Well, it's not how you do custom topics. I just want you to think about it as like you don't have to understand everything. All you have to understand is we don't have a profile key and we don't have a private event key.
But we have a topic key.
But we have a topic key, exactly.
Yeah, and this is like a custom topic key. So
yeah. So what that means is key is always going to be topic key, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at is draft, what is it looking for? Is key equal to topic key? Now that's true. That's always going to be true. Because we only have a topic key. So what I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with the code necessarily. It's just we don't have a profile key and we don't have a private event. We can generate a third key from the back end maybe, or we can just add like I said, a negative or something of that nature here. Or an index just to make it more, just to make it make it different, basically.
Yeah.
But wait, that could affect other parts of the app.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like concerned about. Like,
yeah,
this is like
it'll affect the compose.
Yeah, like this is breaking for custom topic. I think it will be also breaking for normal topics. I know you're saying like we have.
Well, no, because normal topics would always have a profile key or a private event key. That's the part. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, think about it. In the past, we had either a movie or a place which would have a profile key, or an event which would have a private event key. Right?
Yeah, correct.
But now we don't have those. Like in the past, we always either had either a profile or a private event. We had either or. So the third condition was never even triggered. Or that or was never triggered at the end.
We got to be careful here, because remember, there are sometimes we wanted that keyboard up, but most times we wanted it down. You cut out. What was that?
You said that I need to be careful with the keyboard.
How we're handling this situation.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not sure I'm following. So, what we're trying to like do with the draft, is it like for the keyboard, right? We want like the keyboard.
Yes, it's the autofocus.
Right now, it's auto focusing on custom topics, which is not how we want any topics or events to behave. We don't want the autofocus on the keyboard. But there is a time, and I don't recall exactly the time, but there is a time we do want the autofocus on. If that's all, I'm just trying to point that out, that whatever changes we make here, let's not undo the instances where we want that autofocus.
Yeah, so basically the is draft is right here, and this would basically be, if it's true, it would eventually pass the, we'll go here and it will pass autofocus, right, to the keyboard.
Yeah.
So, and in the past we have it, if this equals topic key, it looks like it's still in compose mode.
Yeah, for top. Like, can we not, like, for this case, like, do, if this route, the type of it, it's like a custom topic, make it a draft walls. Like, can we not do that?
We can, but once you're in this screen, if you go like this and you try to create it, well, I guess we haven't created it yet. So we don't know if it's custom. Like all I'm saying is when we do this, like some topic, well, let me bring the keyboard back up. 003. So once we click confirm, we want to make sure over here we have it up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Wait, this should not be up either.
why? This is
Oh wait, sorry, yeah, because you're not finished compose. Yeah, you're still typing.
Yeah. So maybe, so what are you trying to do? What we're trying to do, we do, and let me see, we have this tap route would have,
Tap route will have what you include in the topics object. Yeah.
So it would have topic.
And from the all topic details, it has the icon, which is you can access every property there.
Yeah, so we'll do topics row the all topics item the it's going to be called profile type. Let's see how this looks. Give me a second. So I'm not guessing. Oops. Let's click on this. Videos. Profile within the profile type. Which one is either? So we can do that profile type does not equal. I think it was custom capital S, so like that, right? So now this would, so now if we click on here, we don't see the keyword up once we do that. So we don't see the keyword up anymore by default. The question is, if we go and do it from here, I don't think it probably, like in its here, I don't think it's set to that. So let's see. Let's clear this. Let's do this on topic. Let's get the keyword up. And confirm. It works because I don't think it has it as custom just yet. Profile type, yeah, to be determined. Okay, so that works for our advantage because it hasn't decided it's a custom yet. We're not passing it as custom. So we will see it here, but we won't see it here anymore. Which if we delete this, then you can see that the keyboard will pop up once we navigate. Let's start. Should start popping up. Over here, you see keyboard popped up by its own. Yeah. But if we add that back, I guess it works because we don't assign the custom in draft. So yeah, I guess this can work. So okay, well, that solves that problem. But I still need to solve the problem where when I first create the message, this test message would be on top here. Only when I first create it, and then after I go to the lobby and back, as I just did, and you can see here that it's in the right order. So I need to see why that's happening. Okay, let me get back to that. But yeah, that's one problem fixed, John, with the keyboard. Now we just need to fix that cache.
Yeah, Chantel was able to recreate the thing with the conversation missing too. I think she backgrounded the app.
Yeah, I backgrounded it and came back to it. I hadn't moved away from the screen. I just put in the background and then reopened the app and it was gone.
Are you talking about the message that you sent?
Yeah, the custom topic. All of the messages that were in there were gone.
If you background the app, okay.
Yeah.
But if you go to the lobby and back, they're still there.
Yeah.
So like cache got cleared somehow. Interesting. This is so confusing because I didn't do any extra logic. I'm reusing the single. And what? Try doing it with a regular topic. Would it
Okay.
do the same?
Let me see.
John, can I share my updates? I'll need to break for the breakfast.
Oh yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yesterday I fixed that issue. Not issue, but like I reversed the show me how to screen. Show me how to screen with the three tabs on the home button, and we deleted the inactivity detection. So that's all gone.
That all got merged and is in yesterday's build, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
And yeah, it was all about like reviewing PRs and yesterday like reviewing all the PRs so we get the build. Also, I got done the migration to the Lottie. My PR is now up to date with the latest dev. If we want to do a build from it and see how it's going to be looking like just
Okay.
like actual builds, to see what's the stats of it.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I also sent you like a zip file that has all the lotties we use.
I saw that. Good.
With a text file that like has them like the one we currently use and the one that we don't use.
Okay.
With the like the file name, like in the text file, like you'll see the file name and you'll find it in that folder.
Okay, you said those are all the ones we currently use.
Yeah, like so the folder has everything, like the one we use and we're not using. The one we're not using but still reference in the project, there are like about like 15, 20. But like
if we're not using them,
it's just like a leftover. We can delete them. Remember, like how we had for example, the onboarding walkthrough. Like we had like a bunch of lotties there, and they stay there. We can just delete them from the project. It's no big deal. They're just there for reference.
How will I know by looking at this which ones we're not using?
So there's a text file.
Mm-hmm.
And the text file has like two sections: the not used and the section used. The not used is the one at the top. That has the list of the lotties that are not used, like the file name. And with the file name, you would know like whether this is used or not. If that makes sense.
Not 100%. How is the file name? Tell me.
So like this zip file, there's like a text file.
Yeah.
If you open that text file, there's like a list of not used lotties.
Okay.
That list is like it's like the file name of the lottie.
I see.
And if you look up that file name in the folder, lotties folder, you'll find that lottie exactly.
Okay. I don't want to confuse Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a purpose of including those?
No, I can do another one. I can send you another zip file. I just like wanted to share everything with you so you can have everything now.
Well,
but yeah, I can do another zip file that has only the lattice we're using.
I think that'd be cleaner.
Okay.
Yeah. The other ones we reference them, but what does that mean? We're not using them, but we reference them. I don't get it.
No, we're keeping them just as a reference. We're not using them.
Oh, right. Okay. But I mean, some of them are probably duplicates, maybe.
No. There's no duplicates.
Oh, there's probably some from like the get rewards path and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
I see. Yeah, could you send me separately then the ones that are currently being used and the ones separately that are reference only?
Okay, yeah. I'll send you one zip file that has only the lattes we're using, like referenced and being used in the project.
Yeah, and I might want the other ones too. Yeah, so send those in a separate file because I'm probably going to bring pieces of that back.
Okay, sure.
Okay, perfect. And then I need a playground sandbox.
Yeah, that's my next update. Is like I'm working on it. It's like progress.
Okay.
Initiated the project, copying everything that I need, and yeah. So it will be just like a almost bank app that has. So what do you think? Do we do like a screen that's gonna list all the lattes and you just press on it and it will play immediately, or a screen that has, for example, text input where you can paste the latte URL?
That would be better. So that way we can put the new version in the project to test.
Mhm. Okay, so yeah, that's how the.
Okay, perfect. And I replied to you about the white screen on the list view on the map.
Mhm.
It is working in production. It doesn't white screen in production. So maybe something you did affected it, or
Maybe somehow I'll look into it because like I remember like, when I worked on the favorites map, I didn't really touch that toggle. So maybe somewhere there, like something depending on it that it touched there that's making a widescreen. I'll look into it.
Okay. And what else are you working on?
Yeah, that would be it. I just need to finish the background.
Okay. There's some. What time do you have to drop off today?
Like in 5 minutes. I'll just have to eat like in 15-20 minutes and I'll be back. So it's I'm done here and I'll be fast.
Okay. Yeah. When you come back, I want to show some more things here. There's like an odd thing that happened with the 3 slides that spotlight a new topic, where I started typing really fast before the slides, and the keyboard came up, but then it was like in the way. So I have some screen records. So I want to just go over some odd behaviors, and I think I got a couple other things like that. But also, I want to run by you too. We had talked about this last week. And it sounds like this would be a good task for you because Ismail's still got a few things on his plate. But we have a really exciting new strategy coming up here that is going to integrate Sircles with point of sale systems like Square, Toast, Clover. These are point of sale systems that businesses use right at their cash register, and what we want to do is Tech2U has a funnel for reviews that we use after a service. We send a text message out and we ask if they would recommend us. And we've actually gotten over 4,000 Google reviews over the years, which is just like blows away our next competitor. And so the funnel works really good, but we want to use our funnel for Sircles, because Tech2U has 10 locations in the United States. And so we're going to use the same funnel, but we want to direct people, instead of giving us a Google review, to favorite us on Sircles. So, and we want to scale this to not just Tech2U, which is 10 locations, which is pretty good. We do hundreds of transactions a day, but every business that we partner with, and we're partnering with a new business almost every single day. It's pretty cool, like almost every day. And these are marquee businesses here too. So they are totally open to working with us, and it won't cost them a thing. It's really exciting how we can integrate with the API for their point of sale. And the idea being, we would have a deep link that they share to their customer, whether it's like through the QR code or they text it and say like, would you recommend us? That flow will trigger it'll take them to the App Store. But what we want to do, since this is a very specific use, like the idea would be like they offer a discount if you favorite them, like $5 off or whatever the case may be. So we can integrate and we can have all of that happen in their point of sale. The discount can be applied right at the point of sale. Like they don't have to train their employees. They don't have to do anything. But we want to streamline the onboarding process to skip as much as possible, just because we're really trying to get them to the business profile. So let's say I'm buying a coffee at a coffee shop, and we say, okay, I can give you $1 off if you favorite us today. And so you scan the QR code, and it deep links you after onboarding right to the business's profile where you can favorite. So it basically, we just want to verify them, get their name, phone number, the basic stuff. Possibly do the circle of trust, still deciding on that, but and we had talked about doing this. I can't remember, Ismail and Jerry, what we agreed, but we're going to have the same onboarding. We're not going to have like 2 onboardings, but it was just going to be like the same one. But I forget, what was the distinction to differentiate?
In one of the onboarding flows, I know we would skip the we skip the Barbie slides, we would skip the cool kid step. We'd skip everything I think after the SOT step, and bring them straight into the business profile.
Yeah. But what was the mechanic of it? We were gonna was it gonna be a feature flag?
No, not a feature flag. It was going to be like, so to be zero of this for new users, this was for tech to use flow, because we would know the phone number of the user that it's being sent to. So the phone number can be encoded in that deep link.
I don't think we have to do, I think as far as front end is concerned, we can just use the what's it called, the user action. Is that what the query is called?
Right. So, well, we still want to do the condensed. We want to do the condensed onboarding though.
Well, correct, but you can do that because we get that as soon as the user puts their phone. That API is going to get called, the user action, and you can use that data to skip.
I see. But so the only thing right now, John, just to clarify, is that we're only, for the tech to you flow, we're able to do this for sure reliably because we're going to have the phone number.
Yeah, and the businesses we partner with, it'll be the same thing. We'll have their phone number too.
Okay.
So, but what was the mechanism that determines if it's the streamlined version of onboarding?
Well, that's what Ismail's saying, the action queue, which is like going to be the link that redirects them after they finish. Which actually, Ismail, one of the things that, I don't know if this is in this build or not, but whenever we have an action queue, we're not clearing it out in the event it's a place profile page.
No, we should. I changed it now where it basically, as soon as it gets called, it gets cleared out.
Okay, this is in a new build. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what's the mechanism?
Well, action queue tells us if we're going to a profile or not. And that we have that data as soon as the user puts in their phone number and they verify their account, like that verification code, they enter it. The API would get called if we can say, hey, this user is going to a profile as soon as he's done onboarding. So we can skip those steps.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, I want you to work on that when you are available for it. And then also I want to streamline the favorite flow, because if you scan a QR code at the coffee shop, you don't need to pick a category. It's already picked. Like, first of all, these are going to be businesses that already have claimed their profile and they've already set their categories. So now we can streamline onboarding and we can shortcut on the favorite flow to where you just tap the heart and you can either write a trust step or not. And so that's another one too, where you might have to investigate a little bit of how much depends on that flow. Like if we can just easily shortcut it or not. I don't know what your thoughts are on all that.
Okay. Yeah. Once I'm there, I'll see how like streamlining the favorite thing is gonna be.
Okay, cool. All right.
That's another thing for for the streamlined flow. I know you said we'd get to it. We're just going to skip the category selection if the business is already claimed.
Yeah, which one already has access to that. So,
and not just the category selection, but even the screen, the lottie where it gives you two choices: add to favorites or save for later. We won't even have the save. We don't need that because we're not asking them to save it. We're asking them to favorite.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so yeah, it would just skip right to the trust tail part.
Yeah.
So yeah, if this works, we're going to scale this nationwide. It's going to be huge because we already have all the funnel, we have all the technologies, and it's already worked really well for our company on just separately using like Google reviews as our funnel. But now we point the funnel to Sircles favorites, and we basically give it away for free. This normally would be like $300 a month that we would charge for a service like this, but we give it away for free as part of the annual subscription. And now it doesn't cost the business anything, and they don't have to train anybody. It just all works in the background and automatically puts discounts into it. We can even upload customers and anything else we want right into their point of sale system. It's incredibly powerful. Like if we do this right, we're going to have businesses basically being our like sales force. So I'm very excited about it. So when you're back, I mean, let me know. And I do want to clean up those other little defects first, and then we'll talk more about that.
Okay. I do.
All right. Okay, great. Well then, yeah, just ping me, and we'll catch up with you later.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man. And then I don't think, do we need Amit for anything else?
I asked him to look into those notifications for.
Oh, thank you. That's right. Yeah, I'm not getting notifications for custom topics. Amit, did you take a look at that?
Yeah, I'm taking a look and check. So I have one question. This only you are not getting, or no one is getting.
Oh, that's a good question. Let me message. Chantel, are you getting custom topic messages?
I've not had anyone send me.
I about that. But about custom talk messages, I found out that I'm getting an error when I send it the first time. So I don't know, Ahmed or Jerry. Basically, it's here. I'll put the error inside. Check. I'll send it to both of you. So this is the error I'm getting. And I'll pass, and this is what I'm passing as a prop or as the variable to it. So I don't know who you wants to check this, but I'm not sure why that's happening. And this is weird because if I go back to lobby and I come back, then it'll work. So let me see what the difference is in terms of the params that's getting passed there. So
Hey, you want to check that and see what column it's having an error with?
Okay, yeah. So yeah, if I go back to the lobby and I come back, that error does not occur anymore. Now here's how that variable looks.
Oh, here's something I see. Well, what's the topic key, Mel?
Because it's a random one. I see.
Yeah,
because it's the random one. We remember how I have to generate some kind of unique key.
Yeah, can we not send that?
So no, we will still do that. I just need to update that once we get the real one. Okay, I see the problem here. Okay, never mind. Not a backend problem.
Okay. So I think we have to do more testing around topics, custom topics. But let me go to Wells. Wells, did you fix the button on the send separately? You know, if you remove everybody and it goes down to one, just the one button?
Not yet, because I'm planning on having that along with the other changes in that screen.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So you want that to be fixed before the new feature comes out?
Well, yeah, I'd like to get it in to a build that we could send to the App Store, and I don't want to rush it on the other features.
I see. Yeah, it makes sense. I will focus on that then.
Okay, great.
And I will also, since I'm going to be doing that, I'll also prioritize the other thing you just sent me today, the removal of the words and the toast.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I think I'm going to go with those two.
Okay. And what else do you have going on?
Sure. So there is a PR for that styling on the chat on iOS that was just approved. So I'll be merging it. And I'm working on the send separately. I think let me show you how it's currently looking. It's not there yet, but it's getting there.
All right. It's getting there. Yeah.
Yeah. So here I just favorite then for example.
Mhm.
So it comes to this screen. Let me do some change here just so get that through right. Get there. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, so we have this here. Once you click, we have exactly as in Chanto's design.
Yep.
If I just cancel, nothing happens. And then if I hit OK, it was gonna mention that. Still have to add the animation on that. And do the actual backend call to the new API Jerry's currently working on.
Okay.
And then if I go here to add another friend, this is what I'm working currently. So you're gonna have the listing here. And as soon as I cancel or hit done, the new person is gonna be here. So I still have to add the constraints there for how many users can we actually have here. And also I have to vary the specifications for this. So actually making sure that users will come on the next suggestions call, which will bring these users here.
Mhm.
Again, the ones that are ignored and bringing the ones that the user actually wants.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm working on this. Still facing some issues.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so this is how it's looking.
It looks like there's the plus button missing inside of the plus.
Yes, sure. That's something I have to take a look at. Also, I probably when I copied the new SVG, I probably missed the center part of it. But I decided to focus on the other things instead of actually changing the icon yet. But it's representing what's going to be in the future.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Super stuff. Have to do the listing, the fetching, and all the other stuff. Make sure it looks like a design, and also add animations for this appearance and disappearance of this part of the screen, as well as changing. Oh wait, no, they don't need, and changing the people that are gonna appear there.
Okay. Good. What else going on? Is that about it there?
Yes, there are some analytics stuff I should be doing also regarding some stuff with Any, but I have not worked on that since I've been focusing on this feature here. This screen is really big. There's a lot of stuff happening and a lot of little details and interactions regarding all the stuff that comes with actually having this switching of an entire different like block of logic and all the other stuff, plus some different behaviors, etc. But yeah, good thing also the suggestion of Amin and Ismail for getting the user key from a different hook. There is basically the user key we have persisted in the app and when the call is working. So we got the listing and all the good stuff.
That's great. Now go back to the screen right before this.
Yes.
Yeah. Couple little things. The X, should have a little more padding on the right of it. I think
Okay.
Chantal might probably updated that Figma recently. Also, another thing, let's see. Yeah, I think it's spaced a little more so on the right. Yeah.
Cool. What else?
Also, all the developers do the same thing because they use a mouse pointer to click on things. So I have a feeling the tappable area of that X is as small as that X. So like if you were to tap slightly above or below it with your finger, it will miss. Okay, that's pretty good right there, actually. So yeah, all I was going to suggest is actually, no, it was missing, wasn't it? When you were below it. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about the here.
Yeah, I would just increase the tappable area quite a bit. Like, basically like touching the avatar on the right and touching the screen edge on the left. And then equally high and low. So it's a big square.
That's a big catch. Indeed.
Yeah, because it's when your finger is touching it, it's much less precise.
Yeah, I see. It makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the main things there. And then just so create a little extra padding. And then which you can actually reduce the padding where the name is separated from the avatar. Yeah, that could go a little bit closer. Yeah, a couple pixels. And then add, maybe 4 pixels on the X out to the right of the X.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. Okay, that was the main things I see there. So, all right. Other than that, looks looking really good.
Yeah, awesome. Okay.
All right, just keep me posted. But yeah, let's try and fix that button thing first.
Yeah, I will do that and the tools first, and get from there. And by the way, I did merge the other feature for what is it? Yeah, the
names.
Yeah, fixing the name for Android.
Cool. Okay,
so
cool.
It should be all white.
All right. I think
so that's it on my end.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. And all right, let me move on to the notification thing. So we got that resolved, right, with the notifications for custom topics.
Ismail is looking into that. Like I asked you, John, like is there no one is getting or only you are not getting?
I think no one was getting it. Right, Chantal, you weren't getting the notification either from the custom topics.
I think the problem with the app chat, right, Ismail, you are passing some default topic key.
The messages were not going through. I just found the fix. So that's only if when you first create it. If you go to the lobby and back, the messages will
so
continue going through. So do we have notifications? Yeah, I mean it should be just like any other message, right?
Yes. Any other message? If message will not send, the notification will not go.
Yeah. So test you can do, Chantal, is go to lobby back and then start sending messages. They should start working. Just like not when you first create the topic, but when you go to the lobby and back. I just finished fixing that. So I think I also fixed the order of the topics. So I think right now, custom topics, I think I have the fixes for everything. Just need a few more tests. But if the notification is not working after you go to lobby and back, then that could indicate it's a backend. So, but can we test that real quick?
Yeah. Do I need to do OTA or anything like that?
No OTA, just who has a custom topic? Like Chantal and you have a group where you have a custom topic?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you go to the lobby and then back to that same group and then send the message in custom topic? And John, let me know if you get a notification.
Well, okay, I sent one to you, Chantal.
I didn't get a notification. Oh, wait. Yes, I did. It just was delayed.
Okay. So yeah, probably because the messages weren't going through to begin with. So
And will it navigate you to the custom topic when you tap it?
Oh, that's a good test.
Can you do another one?
Yep. Sent.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, I got it. It went to my other phone.
Oh, okay. But it's working the right way.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. I'll have an OTA up in approximately 20-30 minutes. I'll have it as a critical just so you see that modal for you to know that you got the OTA, and then we can do more testing around custom topics.
Okay. When I created this chat with Chantel, I went to the plus chat button, selected her name, and it did not have any history there. And I thought, well, maybe I haven't set one in QA, but I thought I did. And then now I see all the history. I'm going to try with somebody else. Let's try talk. That one did pull up the history in the compose screen, you know. But why not with Chantel? Let's try that again. With Chantel. In fact, it didn't even put her name at the top like it's supposed to. It didn't find the conversation. What can cause that? Well, let me just show this to you guys real quick. See if you can give me an idea. So, Jerry, also, will you take a look at this too? So, I went here to create a conversation with Chantel, and now it's working as it should. Like Chantel's at the top because it should show a one-on-one first and then groups. But when I first did this, I had to scroll down here to find Chantel, and she was at the bottom. And when I tapped on her name, there was no conversation history here. I'm having a little trouble recreating. I was thinking maybe if I did it with Todd, it would, but let's try somebody else. Yeah, see, where's Danny Hinkle here?
Do you have a DM with Danny?
I'm sure I do.
If you tap it,
it won't. This is doing what it did before, so it probably won't show the conversation. Yeah, so there's no conversation here.
Okay, try to send something to it.
Yeah.
Try to send something to it.
So that's nothing there still.
That looks like a new DM.
It does, right? But this is also happening with Chantel. But as you can see, there's lots of conversation history with Chantel.
You want to let's restart the app with Danny. Is this your test phone?
It is, but I have sent messages for. I might be mistaken. Well, did you create all these today, Chantel? All these topics?
No.
No.
No, there was one before all of that.
Right. Now we did. I think you maybe did clear out conversation history for me, Jerry. So maybe.
Yeah.
Could be something like that.
We did. I did reset your lobby. I recall that a while back.
So maybe it's not a big deal. Okay. Let's not make it a focus then. I'll just keep an eye on it and see if it's doing it repeatedly.
Oh, at the very top is what it is. So that was the first of our topics, but you sent a message at the very top.
Yeah, I did.
It.
Yeah, but these topics, were these all here? Were some?
No, those are all there today because I was testing out to see if I could leave and go back with all the other different types of topics versus just custom topics.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Cool. All right, then I'll just keep an eye on that. And then Ismail, did you figure out how to not have the keyboard come in focus then on these custom topics?
I did, yes.
Nice. Okay.
Did you guys see the video that I put in dev?
It's the one with the emojis that we're missing?
No, the video. Basically, like I had made the topic and then I thought, oh, well, maybe I can go back in and change the photo because that was just what I thought I could do. And it just takes me to a black screen with a loading part. Same thing if I click on the card. So if it's not supposed to do anything, it probably shouldn't do anything.
It looks like it's trying to navigate to a profile page. Maybe
Yeah.
the logic in there isn't properly added to open the admin interface. So Ismail, if you want to look at that.
Let me see. So sorry, I was a little distracted. What happens?
So if you hit the tab icon on a custom topic, it tries to navigate you to a profile page. So you get stuck with a spinner.
Oh, okay.
Same thing with the card. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
same
it's
with the
not
card.
supposed to go anywhere or do anything, then it shouldn't act like it's gonna do something.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll get that in with the OTA.
Chantel, test something for me. You can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Put the entertainment up there and then tap it. Does it open this?
That has been in my previous versions. Let me see if it's still the case in this one. Yes, it is.
Okay. Will you send a screen record of that to Amin and let him know? I think it has to do with. Actually, wait. No, hold on. It might be Wells. Yeah, Wells, you worked on this. This view, this view here. You worked on this one last to have the trending showing. But
yeah, I remember that overlay was coming into the how to screen. But is it coming like from a normal screen?
it shouldn't. This should not come without tapping the search magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Are you able to that one we need addressed right away too? So it's gonna be a high priority. Do you know why that might be happening?
Yes, sir, I do. So the main issue here is that the control of that overlay, there is no on and off. There's just a toggle. So what it does is if it's on, it switches off, and if it's off, it switches on. So
well, I can tell you there was a moment where we were triggering a flow by tapping that button, but we removed that. But it seems like something's remaining. This is lingering. This part's lingering. So because Amin and I, it was going to start the first favorite flow, you know, like where it says, like this one. So it was going to go here, this whole thing, right? But we're not doing that now on that.
Yeah. So instead of like handling scenario by scenario in all the cases that the toggle could actually bring the overlay on when it shouldn't, I think the solution we're going with is introducing the option of having an on and off, because on that screen we only need the off, we'll never need the on. So there is no reason to use the toggle there. So I'll see if I can implement that there, like at least an off switch, like we just need to turn off that overlay on that part. So that will pretty much, I think, help with all scenarios.
Okay. Yeah, why would it have an on switch on it?
Yeah, so currently it only has a toggle. So if it's on, it switches off, and if it's off, it switches on.
So there was a toggle applied to this button?
Yeah, the screen itself. So when the screen loads, it toggles the overlay because.
Okay, so what I don't want to do though is turn it off from here.
Yeah, no worry. It will just be once you get the entertainment search screen open, So when that screen is open, then it switches the overlay off. But the way it switches it off is by calling a toggle. So what I'm thinking is happening here is that it's having the inspect behavior of actually toggling it on in other scenarios when it shouldn't.
Huh.
Yeah, so instead of toggling, if you just change that to an off, I believe it's going to be fine.
I would think so. Just as long as you're confident it won't mess up this flow.
Yeah, I will make sure to test as well as well.
Okay, cool. All right, let's make that one actually this way the highest priority.
Indeed. I will look into it right now.
Okay, thank you, Wells. I was also wanting to discuss this trending right here, Jerry, and then also Ismail, if you could tell me who best you think we should work on this, the see all at the end here, because like this doesn't do anything to see all. There's like nothing. So first of all, the trending check-ins. So Jerry, is the backend collecting recent check-ins? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about for the most popular favorites? Is that like the most favorites or most recent or like?
Let me see where that comes from.
Okay.
Most popular. Comes from trending. Trending that comes from trending favorites. This is favorites. Yeah.
We might not need Amit anymore, right?
As long as he looked into those notifications.
Yeah, I think we got to figure out
Okay.
something outside.
We're good.
Jenny also created some request.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks.
Thank you, Amit. We'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good day.
Okay, so most popular comes from a query actually called trending. And trending comes from favorites, Rex. Okay, so Rex would be the count. So how often something was favorited after a defined start date. And let's see where that comes from. So the front end defines a start date, and when that goes, it sends the it returns the most popular profiles that were checked in or favorited or checked in, actually. The most popular ones from that start date. So the most popular, let me see what that does. See if that sets a different date. $90 days.
Okay. So 90 days, and what is the other criteria?
Yeah, so most popular is most popular profiles in the last 90 days.
More like the most favorites?
Correct. Or check-ins, whatever one you're on.
Right. Okay. And only from friends?
No, this is from everyone.
From everyone. Okay, good. So in production, this will be like a pretty long list, right?
It only wants the top 10. If you click see all, that's
yeah, that's where we need the next set.
right. We need the next set, and then you could just call pagination in there. That would be a front end.
Yeah. And we have a screen for this, Chantel. I'm pretty sure it's more like tiles like this. And it's a scrollable view. So like this. Do you recall that, Chantel?
For most popular?
So here, where it says see all.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty sure we have a view. Instead of it being just a list that goes this way.
Right, yeah. It would be vertical if we're keeping the same thing like you would with people. I don't have one in there that's labeled most popular right now, but it would be the same.
Yeah, because it's not just most popular, that's this screen, but like it could be like Danny's favorites here.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, that's what I have right now.
Okay, so can you send that Figma link to let's have, I think Wells probably be good to work on this.
Okay.
Jared, does he need anything? He's gonna need a additional API call maybe, or change it?
No, he should be able to use the existing API call that fetches the first page and then just work on the pagination off of it. It's a paginated query, so.
So does it give more than 10 results then?
It gives as many as you request. It's a standard paginated query like we use in the rest of the app.
I see. So it's currently requesting 10.
Correct.
So we can request more and have the see all list more after 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, did you catch all that?
Only on the last part when you call Jerry. As you mentioned to me, so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have you work on where it says see all here. And so this list will have a list of more results that will be like in a grid.
It looks like Ismail was working on that.
Oh, really?
The reason I say that is because I have his name right under it. Oh, I actually do have it say trending on the top of that one.
For check-ins, right? Favorites, we say most popular. I forget why, but.
Yeah, for check-ins, I have trending book check-ins.
Okay. Ismail, do you recall working on that see all button?
I remember in the past I did want to start on it, but I never actually got to it. No.
Okay. Any reason we shouldn't have Wells do it?
No, we can work on it. I don't see any other reason not to.
Okay. Okay, cool. Great. Then, so yeah, well, we'll give you a Figma design for what it looks like after you hit the see all. But it's basically like tiles.
Okay, and from what Jerry mentioned, it is basically a pagination right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
You can request as many as you want. We'll show the first 10 in this view.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll show maybe, I don't know, 20 at a time here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after we have the design, we can kind of know how many are going to be on the screen at the same time, so we can kind of have an idea on how many to.
I just sent it to you.
Cool. Thank you, Chantal.
You're welcome.
Cool. Making progress. All right. I think that's all I have for this one. Okay. So yeah, Wells, when you fix this with the search thing coming up here and the button, let Ismail know so he can review the PR. And what I'd like to do, Ismail, is get there's a couple more fixes, like Amin has one too in the map list view, a couple other ones. And we were saying we could probably turn off the custom topics, which I think would be the safe bet to, if we do a production build. Let's not rush it. Let's just turn it off for the short run. And we probably do another build within a few days, but not risk mixing in too much at the same time. But maybe looking for a
Yeah, we can turn it off. I will push OTA still for testing. And yeah, just let me know when I create a production build. If when you test it after the OTA, if you feel like you still want to turn it off, just let me know and you can disable it.
Okay. I did notice like a little defect here. So if I drop this drawer, well, first, if I bring the keyboard up, if I drop the drawer now, it drops everything and now I can't get back.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
You did mention that.
Yeah, I told you I don't see how we can get it back.
What if it stopped like right here?
Okay. What's the purpose of dropping it if there's
Or not drop it at all? Sure.
Yeah, maybe I can make it not droppable.
Yeah, well, that's easier.
But the design is a drawer.
So, well, here's the thing I know, and here's the thing: if I get the keyboard up, instinctually I may try and swipe down. So it would end up being up higher because it came up higher. The drawer's going to be up here. Actually, it's probably more like up here. So that if I drop the keyboard, does the drawer go back, or does it stay?
Yeah, it does. Go ahead and try it.
Okay.
Well, I guess Android is a little easier to drop the keyboard, but
yeah.
But yeah, it'll go back to the way it was. So get the keyboard up now. Like swipe, swipe down on the keyboard itself.
I
not
did.
the
Let's see, try it again.
Yeah, maybe a little tricky to get it to hide the keyboard.
Yeah, I can't. If I swipe on it, it doesn't drop it. But if I swipe above it, it drops all of it. So we're gonna do something.
Yeah. Well, these are kind of things out of my control because this is how the design is. Like in terms of it's a drawer and it's a keyboard and
Yeah, let's figure out the best solution here. So we have some options, right? We can make it where the drawer cannot be dropped.
I guess we can do that.
Or potentially make it to where the drawer only goes like to right here.
Yeah, but that won't fix the keyboard problem.
Well, the keyboard would be completely gone.
Oh, I guess it will hide. You'll have to swipe it back up. Yeah.
Well, you would just pull the drawer up and then bring it in.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cleaner. How about in terms of like code? Is it how much more challenging with that?
I don't know. Honestly, I'll have to see because I need to make it where it doesn't hide all the way. But actually, that'll be tricky because I'm hiding it when you close it. I'm hiding the whole component.
Hiding it, huh?
Yeah. So maybe the better approach would probably be not to maybe get rid of the the notch at the top, indicating that it's not.
When you say hiding it,
so basically that action sliding down hides, like there's a boolean to show the drawer or hide it. When you scroll down, it triggers it to false, indicating you should hide that component. Like you should just disable it, basically, take it off the screen. Whether it's a modal or in this case it's not a modal, but it's a drawer, so they're the same component, but we're hiding it nonetheless. So it's probably doable. I'll have to see how much effort it'll take, though. Do you want me to just kind of maybe?
I'm just looking at it without the notch.
Yeah.
Because that's the other option. So like it would just stay fixed here?
Yeah.
That's the easiest, right?
It's
Well,
probably
wait,
gonna be a little bit easier to implement. Yeah.
it moves up though.
Yeah.
So what would happen then if I push down after that on the keyboard?
Well, you don't have to push down. When the keyboard hides, it automatically goes back to this.
It would go back to where it is.
Here, let me try on my simulator because it's a little easier to
Okay.
see. Let me see. Okay. So in my code here, if we go to alerts, if we go here. So let's get the keyboard up. All right. Keyboard's up. Now let's hide the keyboard.
Keyboard's up.
See how that happened? And I can hide the keyboard like, well, I guess I can't hide it like that, but I can hide the keyboard by pressing a button, right?
On Android.
Well, on Android and here on iOS, like on my simulator. What I'm saying is when this doesn't move, it's fixed.
Yeah. So what happens when you on your simulator and you drop your keyboard? What happens?
Yeah.
Oh, it goes back. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so yeah, I mean, that's fine. We can leave a notch because it does move up. Like it moves up with the keyboard. So, you know.
Yeah, I can keep it. Like I said, I can make it not swipeable, and the other option is to keep. Well, even if we like that.
No, I like just keeping it fixed there.
Okay.
Except it can go up, obviously, with the keyboard.
Well, that up is programmatically. That means it's not going up by swiping. So what I'll do is the gesture that moves it, I'll disable that so the user can't interact with it, but I'll be able to programmatically grow and shrink it.
Perfect. Okay. One more question. Bring the keyboard up.
Okay.
Can you make it more in sync? Like in our chat?
I don't think so because I'm using a listener from React Native. So what that means is like I don't control like so
how do we do it in chat? How do we do it in chat?
When you say in sync, what are you talking about?
Well, right now there's a lag between the drawer and the keyboard. The keyboard comes up, then the drawer like a half a second later. You'll see. Do it again.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. But so
on chat, it's like they're the same, and even like favoriting flow.
Well, there is a little bit of a lag.
Yeah, it wasn't. You're right. It's not perfect, but it's bad.
But you just don't see it. I don't really feel it more because it covers it. This one doesn't cover it.
Well, and that was going to be part 2 of my question was, can we move the input field closer to the top like that?
Move the input field closer to what?
The top of the keyboard. There's much more.
So, in chat, it's different because in chat, you can see that it pushes everything up, right? So the keyboard just pushes the whole screen up. Now, in here, this is where it gets tricky because in here...
Yeah, we're not pushing the screen up.
Yeah, we're not pushing the whole screen up. We're just pushing this
modal,
this drawer up. And then I couldn't, like, the thing is, I could make it where it's, like, closer, but I made this on purpose because when you start typing here and it gets long, let me show the keyboard. You want to have some scroll up and down.
Oh, I got you.
Or if I don't, you can't. But in chat, this whole thing is up, so it grows upwards. I can't have this keep going upwards, like you know what I mean. So it's
okay. I mean, we could. It would just be a pain. We'd take more time. I imagine. So I see what you're saying. Okay, so okay, so we can keep the distance.
I mean, it's not even take more time. It's like. Is it really a valid option? Because if it is, we would have to make this keep growing.
How hard is that?
Well, the thing is, I don't know. Like, you can't. There's no way to know how many lines like you have, like, and each line how much height it is, and like it's like because in chat it's just the whole screen. Like it's just you have this whole area. Where this one's gonna keep going, but there's no like directory React Native gives you to know, oh, I have this much you know, like it's all going to be approximations. It's not going to be precise. So, yeah, it is going to be a good amount of work. That's for sure. But
okay, so
maybe. I mean, hey, if you want me to spend the time, if you think it's worth it, I can give it a shot.
I would say maybe down the road.
Yeah.
If it functions now, that's good. If anything, if you get the timing of the drawer to move more in sync with
Well, that's where I go back to, I don't control the timing. So what I'm doing is it's a listener. That listener is from React Native. It's from the keyboard component. And I tell it, hey, when the keyboard shows, make this grow. When it hides, make this shrink. So I don't have control over that. It's the listener. And the listener, there's a delay apparently there. So
yeah, I see. So
unfortunately, I can't like
it's waiting for the keyboard, then it's doing the
yeah. So like the listener, yeah, when the keyboard shows, it gives out a signal. Hey, the keyboard is here. Do something.
Yeah.
So that signal I don't control when it comes. So apparently it's coming after the keyboard is here, not when it first initiates to go up.
Okay. How about a slower, like right now it seems that the drawer appears in the position it's in right now versus
you want it to like animate?
Some kind of animation would help a lot.
Yeah, I can look into that.
It doesn't have to be fancy, just something like just a few frames even, just to
I see. Yeah, I can look into that.
Okay. Because it does move, like you can slide it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like you do this, like it's instant. Yeah, it's a little too fast. Maybe have it more like bouncy or just pop up.
Yeah, a little bounce on it.
Actually,
that would be a nice touch. A little bounce at the end.
Yeah, I'll see if I can do that. Okay. Yeah, we'll take some time with reanimated and it's just that anything reanimated will take a little extra time just because it's well, you're building it from scratch, so it's just gonna take some time. But yeah, that's doable.
Okay. Is it the drawer you made? You don't have properties on it that give it any transition or anything?
Like I said, I'm pretty much well, it does have it when you kind of like when it comes up. Like for example,
you can slide it before
like when you first click on this. See, it slides up.
Yeah, and there was a bounce. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to basically do that without causing the whole thing to re-render when it grows.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Well,
like I said, it's gonna be too crazy. I guess not thinking about it, I already do have that, so I just need to kind of take advantage of it in this case.
Okay. Oh, good. Well, hopefully that'll translate over.
But keep in mind that will also cause an extra delay because it will be animating up. It won't be showing up instantly.
It's already delayed, so it's okay.
Okay.
It'll still be like more pleasant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true.
While we're here, that skip button, can you do a 50% opacity on it?
The what now?
The skip button.
Oh, the skip button. Yeah, I can do that.
Let's take that down. Say 50%.
Yeah.
Actually, I think, what did we have it at, Chantal? 40? I can't remember now.
40?
The skip button, opacity.
Oh, yeah, it's, let me double check on that.
Okay. And is it that color? Is that black or is that our dark blue?
That's 50% opacity.
Yeah, she's checking the Figma because we actually just talked about this on Friday.
50% opacity.
And is that the color we have in Figma?
The blue? Let me see.
Is that, it looks black.
It is black.
which should be our dark blue.
Blue, yeah, you can change that. Let's see here. Color. Dark blue. There. That's the dark blue. But I guess with that opacity, it's not showing. Maybe like that. That's 90% opacity with the dark blue.
That's 90%. Oh,
Yeah.
so
Well, here's the thing: the dark blue, like this is no opacity with the dark blue. It already looks a little faded.
Yeah, on the skip button, it's 100% opacity at our dark blue.
Yeah.
But
So
the difference is on the opacity is the drawer.
oh, is that's what it was? Thank you. Yeah, the
Yeah.
drawer we did. What was that opacity?
the drawer,
90%.
I can't give it an opacity, unfortunately.
No, it looks really cool. The opacity. Like it
Well,
looks like
the thing is, I can, but it's because, so you see this art I created here? I had to create this using an SVG library and a bunch of math. Now we can't add an opacity to that unless we get rid of this art. It'll just be the square drawer. But what we can do is give the illusion of the opacity. If you go to Figma, what is an opacity in this here, right? It's just a merge of the white and the blue. So I'll just put a baby blue background, which would give the illusion of opacity.
Yeah.
That's true. And it will cover up to the top.
It will what now?
It'll go all the way to the top of the arts.
Yeah, I'll have to give it to both. But I would need that color, Chantal. If you can somehow generate it.
Yeah, I can give you a hex code for it.
Yeah. RBG or it'd be better.
Oh, RGB. Okay.
Well, actually, it won't matter. No, hex. I would need it in hex actually.
Okay.
ARC is a SVG. I just remembered SVG doesn't use RPG. It uses hex only.
Okay. Give me just a second, and I will get that for you.
Yeah, so I'll get the illusion of that. Yes, it's just like actually do it right now. You guys can see it live.
So it's all one component, the drawer and the arch.
They're one component. There are two components, and then the drawer model is one that combines the two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this one's a little. Yeah, this one's just a little tricky because you have to, like I said, it's you can't do this through styling.
Yeah, I know. I remember we did this on the drawer on the
wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same issue.
Yeah, I kind of used that as a reference and built off of it. So, I forgot to tell you, I made all the drawers like this because I feel like we always wanted them in other places. But so, like, what that means is, if you go to like an event here, so that's kind of our theme. I was like, might as well make it throughout the.
Yeah.
And this is an event. So if you click on here, it's look like this.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So just kind of keep it consistent through our circles theme.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that actually might look good with the blue that Chantel's going to give you.
Yeah, I just slacked you the hex code.
Okay. And you see, it doesn't have to be capital letters, or it doesn't matter, right? If it's lower or upper.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Let's see here. Now I need to go to the add friend, the drawer. I need to add a background color, which will be this hex code. I have to add the hashtag. And let's see if that. Okay, so you can see it's affecting the first component. Now I need to add it for the other one. Okay. Part, which would be the header background.
Will it ignore the interior of that message input field?
Header background, what's that?
Will it keep the input field white?
Yeah, that should affect that.
Great.
Okay. Boom.
Nice. There we go.
Yeah. So yeah, this is also a nice thing about having a custom component where I made this like, see how it's like a modal or a component, and there was an overlay, if you remember. Now I can activate and disactivate that overlay. Like the initial component had an overlay of the whole screen, if you remember. Like if you go to our next topics,
then it would block that button there.
well, not that. Well, what I'm talking about is if you go here and if you go to events and if you click on this, you see this overlay. It's covering the screen. You see that?
That's an overlay. I see, from the one component.
Yeah. So see how it went away when I hit
I
that.
see.
So what I did here was like, because it's a custom topic, I actually put a lot of work into this. So
Yeah, that's great. We can use it.
I think I could put this probably in the library or something. People can use it.
Yeah.
You can have like disable the overlay, have it there. You can make it a modal, or this is in case it's not a modal. So what's behind it is clickable. It's just a drawer. Yeah, and then you have where you can scroll in it, but if you scroll hard, it will hide it. So a bunch of like
that's good.
Custom.
We could probably eliminate the scrolling in it.
Well, we need it because if you're typing, if you have a keyboard up and you're typing here and you have a long text,
it applies. It has to apply to the whole drawer just to do the input field.
I mean, it won't matter. It's not like it's affecting anything.
No, it doesn't really hurt. I mean,
like if you have a keyboard and you have this, well, you will need it in this case, right?
But you were going to disable it from dropping anyway, the drawer.
Well, true. But what the scrolling I'm going to keep? Why would I not scroll it?
You don't really need to scroll outside of the message input field in this view.
Oh, I see what you mean. Just how the input field itself to be scrollable. But what if it's very long and it's hiding some of the emojis you want to like?
Well, if you've elected to type a message, the emojis don't apply anymore. Besides, your keyboard will be up and the emojis are disappeared anyway.
True.
I suppose you could swipe down, but even then, you can't send one of those emojis.
But actually, that would be a problem because with the send button could go off screen potentially when it gets too big. Even if you're scrolling through here, you need to scroll to see this to be able to press it, which won't be part of.
Oh, that wouldn't be inside.
No.
Okay, I see. Then yeah, okay. But
and like I said, it's not really affecting anything, like in terms of even if you have these. If you have like no text, like nobody would even know it's.
Yeah, as long as the drawer can't slide down, you're gonna fix.
Oh well, that's different. Yeah, that I'm talking about inside.
Yeah, it doesn't affect anything otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's this and this are two different things. This is a scroll view. This is a gesture.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Could you apply that same blue to the other drawer with the events?
I can, yeah.
I think that'd be a nice touch because it's the white's boring.
Yeah.
Since it's fresh on your mind.
Mm-hmm. We wanted inside the events. We said.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, that looks better. The card always kind of melted into the background. That's nice improvement. That's great. Love it. Awesome. All right, making good progress. Okay, cool. So goal is to get a production build after Wells and Amin finishes those bug fixes, and then we'll keep the custom topics off for now. But we'll get this new Friend Connect feature in there.
Okay. Okay. And Are you sure you don't want to wait for custom topic before you disable it to after the OTA? Maybe change your mind. I think I got all the bugs.
There's more, I think. I just didn't want to bring them up. There's just little things like the topic image and like I want to test it a lot.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. We can disable it.
Okay.
But I will have it in this QA for testing, like the OTA, and then production build. Whenever that's ready, I'll disable it.
Perfect. All right, great. This is looking really good. Okay, so then we'll leave it there unless anybody has anything to add. Anybody got questions? Okay. All right. I'll stay here, Danny. Todd, I want to catch up with you guys. So everyone else,
Yep.
I can see y'all later.
Bye.
All right. Thanks, Todd.